Murder in Moonset by Marley Grim for the Moonset Gazette. In the festering backwoods of Moonset, a place where the damp air clings to your skin like a psychic residue, I find myself entangled in a web woven with threads of paranoia and spectral whispers. The story, the kind that gnaws at the bones of this forsaken town, revolves around a macabre murder, and every last soul in Moonset is cloaked in suspicion, madness, or both. And Madam Wink, with her eye as sharp as the talons of the owls that haunt this town's nights, is a figure of intrigue. Trained in the esoteric arts, she's as likely to read your fortune as she is to stir the pot of communal dread. With the storm of the century brewing on the horizon, her dark pronouncements seem to foretell doom, adding an electric charge to the already crackling air. And me, Marley Grim, a scribbler for the Moonset Gazette, my days bleed into nights, documenting the unraveling threads of sanity that barely hold this community together. The bourbon I drink stings, but not nearly as much as the cold truth. My typewriter clicks and clacks with the rhythm of a town spiraling into madness. Old Judd from the Sundry, an old man with a penchant for rambling about UFOs and CIA spooks, and the unsavory characters from Wayne's Paranormal Emporium and Pool Supplies, and of course the fearful realtor of House 333. They all dance in a parade of the peculiar, each step a potential plunge into the abyss. The murder, you see, is not just a cessation of breath for the unfortunate soul, it's a mirror reflecting the twisted souls of this town. Each character swirls in this pot of suspicion. And as the storm draws near, the air is thick with the promise of chaos, and my fingers itch above the typewriter, ready to peel back the layers of this grotesque onion. Would the storm wash away the sins of this town, its secrets, its shadows? Or would it simply water the seeds of the next calamity here on Creep Street? Because in Moonset, even the weather is complicit in the drama, a looming specter waiting to unleash its fury. And as for me, I'm but a chronicler of the storm, and my words a feeble shelter against the torrent of the unknown. As the storm brews, a sinister tension wraps tighter around Moonset like a noose waiting for a neck. This isn't just any storm. It descends upon us on the 250th anniversary of the murder of Darla Moonset, the town's enigmatic founder, whose own demise remains cloaked in shadows as dense as the storm clouds above. In this town, even the shadows seem to twitch with anticipation, their edges blurred by the impending deluge that promises to be more than just rain and wind. It promises revelation. Madam Wink, with her tarot cards spread like the feathers of a dark bird, hints at omens too ominous to ignore. The cards reveal the truths not even the storm can wash away, she'd cackle, her eyes glinting with a mix of madness and wisdom. Amidst the clatter of her charms, the locals shuffle through their days, each carrying the burden of their secrets like old dusty coats. New figures emerge from the woodwork, characters that seemed carved from the very essence of Moonset's eerie lore. There's old Pete, a sailor whose sea legs are as shaky as his tails. He spins yarns of ghost ships and sea beasts at the local watering hole. His words, slurred with whiskey, he claims, "The storm's the spirits doing, mark my words." Whether the product of strong drink or a life on the waves, his stories add another layer of unease to the already restless nights. And then there's Eleanor Tink, a reclusive artist known for her disturbingly lifelike sculptures of the townsfolk, captured in expressions of fear and awe. According to old Ellie, art preserves more than moments, her fingers stained with clay and mystery. Her latest creation, a figure shrouded in a cloak with no face, standing ominously in her dimly lit workshop, as if waiting for the storm to give it breath. The murder itself becomes murkier with each passing hour. The victim, once a stranger, is now linked to a clandestine history with Moonset, hinted at in the hushed tones and hurried glances. Could this death be an echo of Darla Moonset's own unresolved in? Tensions tighten like the strings of a guitar strummed too harshly, ready to snap, and Judd, with his ever-watchful eye, seems to see the connections everyone else missed. His store and nexus of gossip and thinly veiled threats. As the storm's first tendrils sweep through the streets, the power flickers, casting the town into a stew of shadow and fear. Lights tremble in the wind, and with each flash of lightning, the scene at House 333 along Creep Street, where the body was found, replays in the town's collective mind. The realtor, Tom, known for his nervous chuckle, had sold many a haunted dream, but this house was different. "It's the heart of the storm," he joked, until the laughter died in his throat as the door slammed shut by unseen hands. In the pulse of the tempest, with the full fury yet to come, Moonset holds its breath, bracing for what the night would unveil. As for me, my pen can't move fast enough to chase the swirling tales that spin around me, each more twisted and terrifying than the last. The storm is here, and with it, the truths buried in Moonset's heart claw their way to the surface, perhaps revealing a sinister thread woven through the town's history, binding the past and present in a chilling tapestry of mystery and murder. Marley Grim, the Moonset Gazette.